is Luke Mar, and this is Hot Mode, and today on Hot Mode, we are doing a roast and reaction to the 2000 Grammys, or the Grammys 2000. I don't know how to say it, because you want to say 2000s Grammys, but in reality that means the entirety of the decade of the 2000s. It doesn't make a lot of sense, but we're going to be reacting to not one of the most iconic Grammys red carpets ever, but one that certainly has some looks that are definitely memorable. So let's get right into it. First up is a young, sweet baby, Aaron Carter. Now, he is wearing this full white tuxedo. It has tails, which I love a tails on a tuxedo. There is a nice little vest, although I hate the vests on a tuxedo, but luckily it's all white, so I can't necessarily see all of it. And a little white button down, a little white bow tie, some, baggy pants, but again, it was 2000. People wore baggy pants, and a little white shoe, which honestly looks like a boot, and I don't know if it's actually a boot, but I'm gonna imagine it's a boot, and that will make me feel better. So it happened. It's there. It was a thing, I guess. Also, he's a child, so I tend not to be super mean to children. I'm gonna be talking about one Britney Spears next. Now, like Aaron Carter before her, Britney is also wearing all white. Now, she's wearing this beautiful white dress. I actually love it. It's deep, sort of scoop, plunging. You can see a bit of cleavage, and it has these really nice little cutouts right on the strap. So instead of just being one sort of boring strap, it creates the effect that there are two straps. It's a really subtle little detail, but I actually really enjoy it. The dress is actually made by Randolph, who I don't really know a lot about, but he made this nice sort of form-fitting little dress. I mean, it kind of gives me 1930s Hollywood glamour sort of style. Obviously, it doesn't have the real sort of bodycon style of the 1930s, but it's the only thing I can really see and figure in that. She's also wearing this beautiful fur stole. Now, this is by Oscar de la Renta. I don't know whether or not Oscar de la Renta sent her the stole or whether her team bought it, but when you pair this beautiful dress with the white fur stole, it actually really reminds me of Marilyn Monroe. Now, she definitely wore quite a bit of fur in her day, but there is this really gorgeous, beautiful strapless dress that she once wore with a nice little fur stole around her arms, as they did back in the 1940s and 50s. I don't know if Britney and her team were trying to sort of channel Marilyn in that way, but I think she was young, she's blonde, it sort of makes sense, it sort of feels very much so that vibe, and personally, I love a bit of Marilyn Monroe, so anybody trying to channel or be inspired by or referencing Marilyn, I'm very happy with. And in reality, I think that she did a great job of modernizing the dress, and it feels very sort of late 90s, very early 2000s, and it feels young. It doesn't feel old, it doesn't feel crinkly, wrinkly, it doesn't even feel vintage in that way, but it's a nice nod back to stars of the past. So after Britney's red carpet look, she actually performed during the Grammys, and she wore two different looks. One is this, quite frankly, hideous orange monstrosity. Listen, it's Britney, bitch. I love her. I'm a fan. I enjoy a bit of Britney. 4-year-old gay Luke exclusively listened to Hit Me Baby One More Time on repeat. So you can't deny that I enjoy a bit of Britney. But this orange embroidered turtleneck long sleeve top that has the squiggles in sequins, burn it. Just burn it. I hope that it's dead. I hope it's gone. I hope it's in a car fire somewhere. And the tulle skirt with whatever sort of motif or floral underlay in the rainbow tulle, also hope that it has been destroyed. It is sacrilegious. It is disgusting. It is awful. It's terrible. There's nothing about this that looks good. There's nothing about this that looks enjoyable. Nothing about this that is worth redeeming. Some may even call it toxic. But she did do a cute and quick little change during the performance where she wore this beautiful red embroidered and sequined bodysuit. It has these amazing sort of side cutouts that help create a really cool shape, but also expose her gorge. I don't want to call it, this is an oblique? Is that what you would call that, an oblique? It does have embroidery, which It's not my favorite motif and design that I've ever seen in my entire life, but I do really think the cut of this bodysuit does help out a lot. Sort of takes us from this like light and airy sort of young and childish orange look and gives us more of like a grown-up sort of style of Britney, you know, where she's like could possibly be dancing at the club, going out, sort of giving us a bit more pizzazz, excitement, elevation. You know, it could be better, obviously, but for what it is, I'll take it. Next up is Christina Aguilera, and she is wearing this silver asymmetrical cocktail dress. Now, I'm not a big on the asymmetry, but here, you know, I'm interested by it. The silver dress is actually quite nice, and I like the way that it's cut. I like that it shows off a little bit of thigh and then sort of swoops down, creates an interesting sort of sharp asymmetrical hem. I like the fact that it's quite like bodycon-esque. It feels very 1930s. I don't know why I'm referencing the 1930s a lot when I'm looking at these looks. It feels very like cut on the bias sort of thing, and cut on the bias, if you guys don't know, is essentially when fabric is not cut straight, but when it's cut at like a 45-degree angle or 90-degree angle. It's cut sort of diagonally instead of like straight. It allows the fabric to actually hug the body more, so you'll see a lot of bias cut looks that actually sort of are a lot more fitted, drapey, flowy, and I think that's what's sort of going on here, and I feel like somewhat the asymmetry of the hem of the dress sort of leads me to believe that as well. The embroidery in this look, that's of like the butterflies, those are butterflies, in blue and yellow and pink, not great, because at first I was like, it looks like a bow, and then I was thinking like justice for kids kind of vibe, but it's not nice at all. I do wish that it was just a simple silver dress and maybe some sort of other motif was implemented inside of it rather than these butterflies. Next up is Destiny's Child, and this was when Destiny's Child still had 4 members. Now, from the left is Kelly, and she is wearing some sort of halter top that's kind of like a simple tank top. There's not really too much to it, but she's wearing a pair of like lace and silver pants that I'm actually kind of interested in. From what I understand, a lot of the early Destiny's Child looks were actually designed by Beyonce's mom, Tina, and I would assume that's what's going on here. It sort of harkens back to a more like traditional style, but in the way that the pants are cut, it feels a little bit more youthful, a little bit younger. It's sort of taking that textile and giving it more of a early 2000s vibe. I do love the fact that the lace traces all the way down the leg, and I do like these opaque styles of like some sort of flowers or whatever that's in there as well. I actually do think it's very, very interesting. Next up is Latavia, and Latavia, again, sort of taking on this lace style. On the top, it's sort of like a tea-stained color, and, you know, again, that lace could be very old looking. It could feel very dated, but the fact that it's fully sheer and is exposing some sort of bra or some sort of bikini top, I think is actually really smart and sort of adds a younger edge to it. Also, this skirt, it's sort of like a gridded skirt that again has this old world feel, but the way that the floral and the hem is sort of embroidered in an interesting pattern helps to maybe bring it back to be a little bit more modern, but something about the top being the full lace experience sort of brings us into that more modern, yet old world and traditional style combination. Beyonce's wearing like a fringed bandeau and a very glittery sequined skirt. I think it's probably like the most boring of all of the looks, unfortunately, for Beyonce, which sucks because, you know, I would expect Beyonce to be like bam bam in your face, like the one. But yeah, I see it. I don't like it. It just doesn't feel like it has anything interesting. It doesn't even sort of tie in that old world aesthetic that the rest of the women from Destiny's Child have. And on the far right is Michelle. She's wearing an asymmetrical top from what I can see, and like that, I like it. You know, adds in that sort of like early 2000s Y2K style. And the skirt, again, sort of has this nice lace detail. It's in a crisp white, and as it flows down, you can see more, it becomes more transparent, sort of ombres into transparency. And at the bottom, you can actually see the beauty of this embroidery. It's actually really, really gorgeous, and the fact that they put a nice little white slip underneath helps to sort of showcase the embroidery that's translucent against the other sort of darker white. In reality, do I love it? No, collectively, but I'm happy that they match. I'm happy that there's some sort of traditional and modernizing style going on here. It seems like the Destiny's Child women are trying to uplift a traditional lace that's often associated with a lot more of a conservative and traditional, you know, crowd. Next up is the Dixie Chicks, and here's the thing, like, I do love when everybody collaborates and sort of corresponds with each other. So on the far left, again, like, I'm telling you, these really, like, tight-fitted dresses are, you know, popping up here. This one in this sort of dark burgundy and pink is actually not the worst thing I've seen in my entire life. I do think the way that the straps and the cups sort of come up is really, really nice, and the way that it allows the shape and sort of cut of this burgundy to sort of create and take the waist all the way down to the hem of the dress is quite interesting, quite chic. It's a good sort of color blocking aesthetic, and then you tie back in the pink with whatever sort of train that is in the back, where, you know, it's one of those like little pieces of string that you hold up so you can hold up the skirt while you walk if the skirt is too long on the dress. And I assume that the lining of the skirt is in that nice sort of, I'm gonna say like a magenta. And again, I think that's a smart way to sort of tie in the top to the bottom. I do really love when there's a really beautifully fitted and cut sort of simple coat, jacket, shirt, skirt, dress, and then the lining is really beautiful. It's powerful. It has a lot of color. It looks very luxurious. I always think that's very, very smart to do. In the middle here is this sort of, I'm gonna say it's like a tulle or an organza, ruffled over a very simple sort of sweetheart neckline strapped bodice top with some sort of green floral embroidery. It's just too much going on. There's just too much happening. And then you tie it in with this sort of suede skirt that's in this beautiful, quite light lavender, which I actually really, really like. I'd rather that we had just gotten some sort of light lavender top in a way. I just feel like the two pieces are very disconnected and it doesn't work, in my opinion. And then you add on the, you know, black boots with the square toe. Just feels very discombobulated. As for the far right look, it looks like a nice sort of supple white leather that, you know, has a low sort of plunging neckline. Do I love this asymmetrical hem? No. There is a difference between the Christina Aguilera one and the one here. To me, here it's a lot shorter, it's taking a lot less of a risk, whereas Christina's is sort of quite high and comes quite down low in that diagonal shape. Here it feels, you know, trying to be like somewhat conservative, but also trying to be a little bit different and edgy. And here's my thing. If you're gonna do it, just do it. We don't have time for the in-between wishy-washy mess. And I also don't think the boots really match up well, and including the necklace, far too much. Next up is Dr. Dre and Eminem. Dr. Dre is wearing some sort of corduroy sweatsuit, and like, you know, nowadays I'd be like, absolutely disastrous, I hate this. If it was on a red carpet right now, I literally would like bang my head against this stone fireplace. But I guess for the time being, it makes sense. I understand it was a thing, it happened. Do I think the t-shirt is too big underneath? Absolutely. Do I like the white stripes? Not really, but I do think they correlate to the feelers, or what look like feelers to me on his feet. So yeah, it's there. It's happening. I don't love it. As for Eminem, again, also a bit blah, like the Nike beanie. God, that's terrible. The big, gigantic t-shirt, the big sweatpants and the shoes. It just, I'm happy that's gone. I really am happy that like the super baggy, ridiculous, oversized style is done, at least until fashion recycles it and brings it back up, which I'm knowing what's gonna happen. It's gonna start, you know, in September. In September, they're gonna show all the collections, and it's all gonna be baggy, ridiculous, over-the-top, gigantic sweats. And I'm gonna sit here like boo-boo the fool. Oh, God. Next up is Ellen DeGeneres. This suit, in whatetive this sort of reflective-y material, it's kind of nice. Like, it's interesting. Like, the color is sweet. I like that she's wearing the t-shirt underneath. You know, I don't know if she'd come out at this point yet, but if she had, it sort of is like playing on what women should be wearing, like how a queer woman should dress, or I would assume something along those lines. But when you get down to the bottom and you see those like awful Skechers, New Balance hiking sneakers, that's where we lose it. We're done. Over. Like, thank you. Cancel the Ellen show. It's no more. No, I don't know how anybody let her progress past that point. You know what I mean? Like, we just sort of collectively said, no, this is enough. We've had enough. thank you so much for your time, for your effort, for what you've done, but those shoes, not the right choice. Let's call it quits here. Thank you so much for coming. Oh, next up is Erykah Badu. Now, listen, the turban, the headpiece, obsessed, love it. Erykah Badu has a signature, and it is a large hat, headpiece, turban, wrap sort of style, and I love that it has followed her. The thing is, do I love this, I'm gonna call it a wrap top with a little bow? No, I don't, and, you know, matched with the skirt. I just wish the greens had sort of been matching, but I understand it. Something about it is so awful that I kind of like it, you know, like, I like that the skirt, the yellow stripe ties in with the turban. I think that's really smart. I respect that. Also those shoes. I guess maybe this is like where Daniel Lee at Bottega Veneta got the idea for his like quilted shoes, and everybody's like, these are so ugly, but I guess they were like popular in the 2000s. I guess people really were into them. Maybe if the shoes had also been like yellow or green, I feel like it would have popped even more for me. It would have like collaborated well, but unfortunately, I want to love it. It's so bad that I do sort of love it, but I couldn't say on here, wow, this is brilliant, this is fantastic, this is wonderful. Oh, God, okay. So, this is not the first time, but this is the last time that we will be talking about this Jennifer Lopez Versace low plunging dress. Now, if you don't know anything about this dress, when this Versace tropical sort of fan floral fauna print that has a very deep, low, plunging neckline showed up on the red carpet, everybody and their mother, their father, their brother, their sister, the cousin, the dog, everybody wanted to go online and look for a picture of Jennifer Lopez because they were like, whoa, what is this look? What is she wearing? Oh my goodness. And apparently that's why Google Images was invented. So people say that fashion is not important, that it's vapid, that it's, you know, stupid. Well, you wouldn't have goddamn Google Images without a little bit of fashion. So you're welcome. The look in its origin, I think, is actually quite brilliant. I think the sheer sort of fabric is really smart. It's very Versace. It's very, you know, quite sexy and trying to sort of create this interesting atmosphere of difference, yet, you know, enthrallment, yet showing you some sort of mystery, but at the same time, like, bearing almost all of it at the same time. I do like the fact that it is so low plunging. You can see not everything, but quite a bit. I like the fact that it has this sort of centered gathering right here. It's, you know, sort of drawing your eye right down to below the belly button. In this instance of it, you know, I respect it. It's probably one of the most iconic fashion garments that came out of the 21st century. You know, it was a great way to start off the 21st century as well. And now it's sort of been recycled by Versace a bunch of times because I don't think that Versace has much going for it anymore, unfortunately. They just need somebody new at the house to create something interesting, and that's my problem with Versace. But then, beautiful, love it, fantastic. Now, no thank you, we're good. You can keep it over there. Next up is Lenny and Zoe Kravitz, and like a young Zoe Kravitz at age 11 was a style icon as well. So Lenny is wearing this beautiful sort of, I don't know if this is like a crocodile, I don't know if this is like a, what kind of snake, maybe it's anaconda, but it's a really interesting double zip jacket. He evidently is not wearing a shirt underneath, which I respect and love. And I like the way that he styled it. So it has this sort of popped collar up here, but at the same time, he's zipped the double zipper up so you can like see, and it creates like a fan out sort of effect. He's wearing it with some sort of low rise paisley pant. Okay, we love it. Zoe is wearing a very small baby cowboy hat. She's wearing a little leather jacket as well, some sort of like strapless top, and some sort of like silk printed floral skirt. And like, you know what? 11-year-olds, they have their own style. They create quite interesting little fashion moments. I respect it. I'm here for it. The Kravitzes, still quite amazing fashion stars, and I love to see them making moments. Next up is Letoya Luckett, and she was a member of Destiny's Child, but left allegedly. I'm not super big on the Destiny's Child history, I just don't know that much about it, so I apologize. But she's wearing this quite interesting little pale pink fringe halter top with gold jewelry holding it up and a back strap and a low cut skirt that has fringe at the side cut, and then there's some like gold hoops to sort of hold it together and show off skin. Listen, like it is so quintessential bad 2000s outfit. Like that goes without saying, but I feel like it's taking a risk, and I respect a risk, but with a risk, sometimes it works. Oftentimes it doesn't. And here, it doesn't. But I respect the risk taken. But it's just a lot. Like, the back strap and the fringe at the crop top and the gold, but the gold sort of ties in with the gold on the side cutout, but also then the fringe at the side slit. Like, it's just a lot. Next up is this quite interesting little look from Macy Gray. She's wearing some sort of like suede blue coat that is floor length, and I love a floor length coat. And it has this sort of really interesting fur trim on the cuffs and the collar. You know what? It's great. I love it. It's what I needed. It's pop of color with a nice little luxurious accessory and detailing. Good for me. And Mary J. Blige, in the way that Britney did the white fur stole and white dress, Mary J. Blige is giving it to me in pink. I love the fact that the stole isn't like around her arms, but it's sort of creating a strapless off the shoulder sort of style. It's covering the top of the dress, so I don't have to worry about that because, you know, the nice fur is there. It's big. It's quite large. It's wide, I would say. And then it's a sort of simple pink draped style. Do I love the dress? No, not from what I can see, but I'm gonna take that gigantic pink fur and I'm gonna be really happy with it. I'm gonna enjoy it. I'm gonna act like I didn't see anything else. Then Missy Elliott came out, and like, Missy Elliott, I'll be honest, very weird, sort of wacky, but at the same time, avant-garde. Like, she really has transformed fashion in a way that a lot of people don't really give her the credit that she deserves. Here she's wearing this purple fitted suit, and at first I was like, what is that? Is it leopard spots? I don't really understand. And it's razor blades sewn onto this jacket, and like, people can say whatever they want. I think it looks kind of good. I think it's interesting. I think it's different. It's, you know, definitely out there and a bit ridiculous, and I would be scared to touch it. But I like it. I think it's different. I think it's a little bit avant-garde. I think it's a little bit crazy, a little bit kooky, but that's very Missy Elliott, and I don't think she ever gets the credit that she deserves. And this is a great example of going out there, doing something a little bit different, a little bit, I don't know if this is going to work, but give credit where credit is due to Miss Elliott. Next up is Monica, and she's wearing this full leather studded set. Nowadays, I think we would be like, oh, that's boring. We've already seen that a million times over. Thank you, no thank you, we're good. But at that point, I feel like this is sort of like a moment. It's definitely taking a risk, and here's my thing about risk, as I said. If you're gonna do it, do it. And I feel like Monica really like did it. It's not just like a stud, you know, on the sleeve or like on the collar. It's like, it's all over. It matches, it's very present in your face, you understand it, and whatever jacket she's wearing, she's sort of like stripping it off to be like, this, look at me, this is it, this is what you're getting, you're welcome. And I love that, I respect that. Listen, make it a show, sell the garment, that's the job. Next up is NSYNC, and like, I don't really care about NSYNC. No offense. I couldn't tell the difference between Backstreet Boys and NSYNC. I'm gonna be really, really honest. Far left, I know that's Lance. Lance is wearing some sort of jacket that has a, you know, interesting color, some sort of reflective shirt underneath, a simple pant, and ugly shoes. The guy in the back with the red tips, I don't know what's going on, but I see that he has some sort of anklet on his pants. Interested, but again, don't care. Justin, it's the pants. See, the thing is, the jacket looks nice. The shirt underneath and that nice crisp salmon is great, and I like the tie as well, but the pants, they don't really look great, and like the shoes, again, looking for better, looking for more interesting. Whoever this guy is in this nice maroon, he's different. He's definitely like stepping outside of the box. I think it's actually quite sweet. I like his cargo pants. No, I don't like the cargo pants, but I like the idea of matching the blazer to the pant. And the guy on the far right, I'm interested in this. Is that like a white line, or is that like a slit in the jacket? Either way, it looks kind of cool. Very interested in that one too. All right, NSYNC, you proved me wrong. There's something interesting going on here. Next up is Rah Digga and Busta Rhymes. Now, Busta Rhymes looks fantastic in my opinion. This coat is gorgeous. It's stunning. I like that it's matched with the pants, and I think that this little, necklace is perfect. It's sort of subtle. It definitely plays into the pants and sort of correlates everything together without taking away too much attention from the actual jacket. Rah Digga, I like the all red. I like this leather. I like the boots with a little bit of a platform. I like what's going on here. I think they look great. They're sort of matchy-matchy. It's working for me. I'm a fan. Then Ricky Martin wore some sort of sequin pants and a white button down, and I guess he's living his La Vida Loca. Is it great? No. Is it there? Yes. Was it maybe a sign that he was gay for those that didn't know? Possibly. Sheryl Crow is wearing some sort of low slung pant, and I'm interested. It's in a nice leather. And then this top, it looks like a simple sort of brocade. It's black and there's some sort of like floral design or woven in situation going there. I like it. I'm sort of somewhat into it. I like an all black moment. It's easy. I like the sunglasses and the quite long crucifix. It's fine. Shirley Manson here definitely was channeling very Britney Spears, Oops, I Did It Again vibes. I'm pretty positive that actually was like what she was trying to give to everybody and sort of make everybody understand, which, like, you know what? A Catholic schoolgirl uniform is not the worst thing in the entire world, in my opinion, and I like a plaid sometimes. I do wish the skirt was a bit more pleated, but like I can't blame her for that. I have to blame Catholic schools for that. Tights, the socks with the quite interesting little Mary Janes, the tie that's quite thick. That's a fat tie. The cardigan and the white button down. I'm not really mad at it. Is it a bit more costume than fashion to me? Yes, but at the same time, that's what she was going for, so I'll take it. Sisqo is here, and unfortunately for me, not wearing a thong, because I feel like that would have been a brilliant moment. Maybe he has worn a thong in the past, but I feel like that would be really funny, especially with like this low slung sort of pant. Again, everybody really likes a red. Like, red was in, it was powerful. Everybody also really seems to like a leather. Leather was very much in style, as well as studs. A lot of studs going on. I like his little dragons on his pants. They're interesting. I like that it even has a hood. It's kind of different than everybody else. He's doing the shirtless vibe. Love a shirtless vibe. That also seems to be very popular. Y2K. And I like these little white sneakers. I think they're cool. Oh, they're Air Force Ones, maybe, possibly. I don't know, but I like them. It's not my favorite look that I've ever seen in my entire life. It's sort of tying in all of these different aesthetics and details that we've been seeing throughout the entirety of this video, so I'll take it. Next up is Tim McGraw and Faith Hill. Tim McGraw, don't care. Cowboy hat, whatever. Burn it, throw it away. The suit, ugh. But Faith Hill, again, leather, very in. Everybody loved it. I love this. I think she looks really beautiful. I'm kind of shocked because I feel like the country singers are very, like, conservative and like, oh, women shouldn't wear leather. Unless it's, like, on a cowboy boot. But here I think it's actually really nice. Like, I like this low plunge. I think it's interesting, a little bit different. Do I absolutely love the little strip across? No. But otherwise I feel like it would sort of, like, fall off, which you don't want either. So I'm going to take it because I understand it's a technical aspect that we need. I love the fit of it. I think it's really, really nice. Oh no, it does have straps, but I guess it's for the securation here. Weirdly enough, it sort of creates a T because you can see like the stitch down the center and then you can see the stitch at the knee area. But the thing is, it's very hard to find leather that is quite large enough to not have to be stitched together in that manner. So again, not really gonna be mad at it. Another technical difficulty. I like the length of it. It's kind of long. It sort of gives me column dress, but in leather, and I like a column dress. So you know what, Faith? I have faith. I'm very happy, very content with this. This is nice. I assume you maybe got a divorce from Tim McGraw, or you broke up with him, which in that case also great. Oh, love. Okay, next up, moments. Like, this is the moment of the night, in my opinion. TLC looks amazing. On the far left, we have T-Boz. Now, T-Boz's jacket is fantastic. I love it. It's so beautiful, minimal, simple, classic. I love that it has a little tie right here. So you're exposing a bit, but at the same time, you're keeping yourself covered, and it has long sleeves. It has some sort of like crystals, you know, embedded on it, black sort of beads. I love it. The skirt is great because I don't know what's happening with it. The white panel right down the front and center is fantastic, and the way that it sort of overlays on the black is also great. It's graphic, it's sort of color blocking, but with black and white. I really like it. And then the little, God, leg warmers. Okay, yeah, I'm here for it. I love it. It's beautiful, and I love the shoes. Again, like, this is where Daniel Lee from Bottega Veneta got all of his inspiration from. This is my opinion. like Y2K, Daniel Lee, that's what he's doing. Chili is in the middle, and she is wearing probably one of my lesser favorite looks, and my lesser favorite look for the sole reason that I don't really love the harness part up here. Like, it does tie in, it does have the black beading, which I think is great. The bra with it in the white, like, again, I like the way that they've all sort of correlated all of these looks, and it has the different elements, but again, it's sort of different, it's styled different, the cuts are different. I think it's really, really smart. I really, really like it. I also don't like the choker. I don't think it's great. But the skirt, now the skirt, I love. The skirt, I'm obsessed with. The skirt, I would like to own. I like the way that this hip band has been done. I like that it has a slit through and it's a little black bead holding it together. I feel like it creates a little bit of difference, a little bit of craziness, a little bit of interest for me. Again, it's a short skirt, but I think that's perfect here. I think it really, really works. I think it ties in with their whole sort of aesthetic and style. And again, leg warmers, very into, should make a comeback, would be a fan. Finally, on the far right, you have Lisa Left Eye, and again, this I really love. I'm obsessed with this. So the bra that's, you know, in the black with the beads, again, get it. Is that my favorite part? No. But this white sort of triangular band that creates cutouts on the side and then correlates to a skirt that sort of comes up and also creates a triangle shape. It's really interesting. It's really cool. I really love it. I think it's really, really beautiful. I think it shows off the body perfectly. I think it's interesting. I think the cuts are great, but it's still sort of simple. It's still sort of minimal at the same time. And again, the leg warmers, like, it's great. I love these looks. I think this is the best look throughout the entirety of this whole Grammys. I think they killed it. I think it's stunning. I think it's beautiful. I think it's wonderful. I think it's graphic. I think it's interesting. I think it's young. It's modern. It's cool. It's everything I want in life. Finally, we will end with legend, Whitney Houston, in, again, like the pink with the fur. It was a moment. Everybody wanted to be a part of it. So it's a quite high pink skirt. It's gathered over here at the hip, and then it has some sort of embroidered bust. I don't love the actual bust. I don't think it's great because it doesn't seem fully embroidered, but I love the fact that the straps are embroidered. It's actually really interesting. I think it's really cool. And to me, it sort of shows this aspect of luxury, like, yeah, my straps are even embroidered. Get on my level. Like, that's a Whitney moment. And then the way the pink fur sort of falls down and creates a different sort of style. Is it amazing? No. So I think Whitney was also like wearing it like that the whole time. I would assume not. Like, she's trying to show off her Grammy because she won a Grammy, you know what I mean? So I love the embroidery. I think it's beautiful. I love the pink fur. I think that's also great. The rest of the dress, the skirt, the sort of gathered part, not really a fan of. But that is the end of the video. So I want to say a huge thank you to today's sponsor, who is Native again. Check them out. Link in the description box below. I will see you guys on the next video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and TTYL.